Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey. Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta. Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta, Jaya Gauranta. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, God Nitai ki jai, Jai Nitai Gaura Premanande.
You got your money's worth, didn't you? It's all right. If everybody can move a metre towards Dank Street. That'd be handy. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dharmatma, I think that those stanchions can be moved like a foot that way. There's a lot of space there that's not going to be used. And we will have a lot more people here. Yeah, that's good. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnanjana Salakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Jena Tasmae Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Svayam Rupakada Mahiyam Tadati Svapadantikam Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yad kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. So, welcome everybody to this year's Gaura Purnima celebrations. We're going to be starting the Abhishek at past. Is that right, Gopa? Yeah, yeah. So today is the appearance day of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How many of you, is there anybody here who's not been to the temple before? There's always a good question. Or are we just talking to the Hare Krishnas? It makes a difference. Right? So anybody here for the first time? No. Okay, righty-o. So it's the Hare Krishnas. Which is okay. That's good. Good to be in the association of the devotees, especially on such an auspicious day. So we were discussing this morning the events that were leading up to Lord Chaitanya's appearance. His father, Jagannath Mishra, was becoming very worried. Right? Just as parents do, you know, with the birth of a child, or just before the birth of the child, there's a certain amount of anxiety. Right? Hands up amongst us, those who are parents. Quite a few of you. Okay, so you're aware of the anxiety. Because the anxiety of having a child is perhaps not as bad as the anxiety of actually looking after the children after you've had them, right? But Jagannath Mishra was very concerned because his child ordinarily, Prabhupada mentions in most of his writings, Prabhupada mentions that a pregnancy takes place over 10 months. Right? What's our usual calculation? What are we? 9. That's right, 9. But you know, very often the arrival of a child is late, right? We've got a arbitrary number, right? 9 months. But very often a child it will go into 10 months, right? 10 months in the sense that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then over into 10. Maybe not a full 10. But Lord Chaitanya, he had been in the womb for 10 months. And then into the 11th month, right? So Jagannath Mishra was naturally concerned. So what did he do? What did we run out of battery here? Oh no. He was concerned, when will the child arrive? Anybody who's expecting a child is wondering, when is the child to be born? So he consulted with his seniors, and in particular his father, Nilambara Chakravarti, who was a very learned and prominent Brahmana of the Navadvip community. And what did Nilambara Chakravarti do? Anybody like to guess? What did Nilambara Chakravarti do? Yes, he was an astrologer. He was an astrologer. The Brahmanas at that time would very often be well versed in the science of astrology. You believe everybody here believe in astrology? I used to mention astrology to my mum, and she'd go. But I used to explain. I would explain to my mum, try in simple terms. Basically, the position of the stars and the planets indicate certain characteristics, potential in a person. It's a very exact science. And so Nilambara Chakrabarti looked at the equivalent of what we might call the almanac, right? When's the sun going to rise? When does the moon rise? What's happening? And he could see in the future that there would be a full moon and a lunar eclipse, right? Now, ordinarily in Hindu culture, what does an eclipse mean? It's a bad sign. It's like, watch out. You're not allowed to eat, you're not allowed to sleep, you're not allowed to go outside. You're meant to do pujas well, actually no, you don't even do puja at that time. It's considered very inauspicious. But Nilambara Chakravarti calculated that actually this was going to be a very auspicious time, and that this would be the appearance of his son. Well, I don't know. He wouldn't have known that it was a son at that point in time, right? They didn't have ultrasound, right? Sometimes these days it's fashionable to have a reveal, right? A reveal. And the reveal is a grainy picture of an ultrasound. Oh, look, it's a boy. Right? They even have parties. Celebrate the gender of the child. So the anxiety of Jagannath Mishra was somewhat assuaged by the predictions of his father, Nilambara Chakravarti. And so when the time came for Mahaprabhu's appearance, it indeed was a very auspicious occasion, right? Even though there was a lunar eclipse, which is ordinarily considered inauspicious, the reason why it's auspicious is because everybody in the township of Navadvip, in that culture, at that time, that setting in West Bengal, effectively Bangladesh, what is called Bangladesh, the place where the Bengalis are, basically, that's what Bangladesh, or where people speak Bangla, right? Bangladesh. On such an inauspicious occasion, apparently inauspicious, everybody would go to the Ganga and they would stand in the Ganga because the Ganga is considered pure and sacred, right? And they would chant. So at the time of Mahaprabhu's appearance, everybody was chanting Hare Krishna. Well, they stand in the Ganga up to their neck and Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the beginning of the Hare Krishna movement, effectively. And of course, that, we look at the astrologers look at the signs, at the titi, the Sanskrit word is called the titi, which means basically the time and the place, and look at the signs, and all of the signs in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's chart were all auspicious. Right? And, of course, at that time, everybody was chanting Hare Krishna. And, of course, that's Lord Chaitanya's. Even the Muslims. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentions in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that even the Muslims were chanting Hare Krishna. Right? They were imitating the Hindus. Oh, look at the Hindus. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Right? Hare Ram, Hare Ram. And of course, this is Lord Chaitanya's mission. It's sometimes hard to reconcile, and this is a challenge for many people. Many people lose faith in God just by observing what's going on in the world, right? And one of the challenges is, if God is all good, right? God is supposed to be all good. Then why is there so much suffering? Right? It's a big challenge. My parents used to take us to church every Sunday when I was a kid. And I never really liked it that much. It was okay, but it was pretty boring, actually. And but every Sunday, Mum or Dad would take, usually Mum, but Dad would also attend. And then when my parents got to their 70s, we used to visit my Mum and Dad when I'd visit the temple in Adelaide. And then I noticed Mum's not going to church anymore. So one day I asked her, I said, Mum, why? You used to take us to church every Sunday, now you don't go at all. And then she told me this story. Oh, Andy, the there's so much bad in the world, I can't accept that God is all good. Right? Well, it's quite a challenge. Of course, Krishna is the source of everything. So in one sense, he's the source of good and the source of bad. Right? And of course, my mother was saying, but God, why does he cause these things? Why does he allow these things to happen? And so I tried to explain a little more deeply that actually the good and bad is a result of the choices that we make. Right? It's basic karma. The philosophy of really, as you might have heard this Christian saying, might not have also, as you sow. Okay, you've heard it. Yeah. As you sow, or even, we have these principles of physics, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So it makes sense that, what you do will create a response. And we see it, we see it in our experience in life. So this is a challenge. It's a challenge for people to appreciate, and especially, we see in the Bhagavad Gita and in the Bhagavatam and in the cusp of the change of yugas and the beginning of Kali Yuga, we see the piety and the devotion and the dharma, the adherence to religious principles in personalities like the Pandavas and Bhishma Dev and many exalted personalities. Of course, we also see big demons as well. And it's a little hard to reconcile how the age of Kali and all of its corresponding negative qualities and negative characteristics. Right? It's described in the Bhagavatam how everybody in the age of Kali is short-lived. Right? In a previous yuga, you could live, many people could expect to live for 1,000 years. Right? We even read in the Bible of certain characters who live for 800 years. And, for us, it's conceptually kind of, woo. Most of us are going to be lucky if we get to 80, or who wants to get to 90? Right? Or what about 100? Woo-hoo. It's like, no thanks. Huh? And we see in the lives of some people pious, like you'd have to say the Queen of England, right? She's a pious person. Has to be, to have lived for such a long period of time with such adoration and respect. But she's now approaching 100, and what's happening? It's the end for us. So, we see with the beginning of Kali Yuga all of these bad qualities starting to manifest. This is one of the experiences of Parikshit Maharaj, who was the emperor at the time, and he saw inauspicious signs. What was one of the most inauspicious signs that Maharaj Parikshit saw as heralding the age of Kali? Is a Bhagavatam question. Yes. A Sudra beating a cow. Right? Completely unheard of. Right? Completely unheard of in the previous yuga to Kali Yuga. Right? Completely unheard of. And Maharaj Parikshit, challenged the Sudra and pulled out his sword to the Sudra represented the personification of Kali. And of course he surrendered. Kali surrendered to Maharaj Parikshit. And then Maharaj Parikshit, because he's a Kshatriya, and a Kshatriya's duty is to give shelter to anybody who surrenders, right? Then he had to give Kali some places to stay. Right? He had to give him some places to stay. And so it's how to reconcile this. How does Krishna allow these inauspicious circumstances and inauspicious events to take place? But of course we as devotees understand these take place as a result of a various set of cycles, right? Where a Divya Yuga starts with Satya Yuga where people can live to 100,000 years. Could you imagine living for 100,000 years? Woo! Probably get a little bit boring, but I guess it doesn't. 100,000 years. And practically speaking, everybody is self-realized in the Satya Yuga. That's why it's called Satya Yuga, because everybody is self-realized or very close to it. You can perform yoga practice for 10 or 20 or 30,000 years, right? It's only a third of your life. And then you're fully self-realized. And that, Prabhupada explains, it's like a clock. The working of the yugas is like a clock, and it gradually winds down. So by the time that we get to the Kali Yuga, the duration of life is diminished, the quality of the people is diminished, the environment is diminished, and so people are unqualified. What is it? Manda sumanda upadrutaha, right? Upadrutaha means always disturbed and slow, especially slow to take to spiritual life. And there's all of this inauspiciousness. Now, the killing of the cow is promoted, right? It's promoted. Butcher shops. Oh, Hare Krishna. All right. It's inauspicious. It's bad, and we've all had experience of that. Maybe we need to have people come in a bit. Please come forward, because there's more at the door. There's plenty of room here. We can fit at least 12 people in this square metre here. You know what Srila Prabhupada said when he first came into this room? Anybody know? He paid his obeisances, and what did he say? Huh? It's not big enough. Yeah, he said it's too small. And the devotees were thinking, whoa, this is huge. At the time, this is huge. Well, it was huge then, I guess. But it shrunk. The more people we put in the temple room, the less... Hi, Les. Hi, Krishna. Welcome. Good to see you. Yes. So, Manda Sumanda. Slow and... I'm not talking about you, Les. Although I notice you have slowed down a little bit. Les, are you okay sitting on the floor, or you need a... You're right? Okay. Yeah, okay, good. Hare Krishna. He's a yogi. You sure? Can somebody get a chair for Les, please? Yeah, but we want to make you comfortable. So, the Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Kalaya dosha nidhe rajan is the point. Many faults. You know, we're short-lived, we have short memories, we're slow to take up spiritual life, we're always harassed by problems. Anybody noticed recently? We're all, actually it's official, we're all suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Did you know that? Yeah. We're all suffering from what is it, PTSD or PSTD? I'm not sure. And it's you know, it's conflict. We're living in you could look at what's going on in all over the world. Don't have to be specific. I don't think you will know what I'm talking about. So the age of Kali is a time of great conflict and disqualification. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and on his appearance it was noted by the Nilambara Chakrabarti and Jagannath Mishra and the other pundits of Navadvip that Lord Chaitanya appeared with all auspicious qualities. Even though he was born in the middle of a lunar eclipse, which is considered to be inauspicious, still he had all auspicious qualities. And the fact that everybody was chanting Hare Krishna at the time of his birth in Navadvip heralded the one great quality that's makes the Kali Yuga a very, very significant and actually auspicious time to be born. Right? Many reasons why it's very inauspicious, but because of the chanting of the Mahamantra, the Kali Yuga becomes the most auspicious environment, right? And of course that's what we can learn from Mahaprabhu's appearance. In the middle of an inauspicious situation appears the most auspicious Mahavadanyaya, most magnanimous incarnation of the Patita Pavana. This is Lord Chaitanya's appearance has a purpose. Ooh, ouch, sorry. Do we want to find out whether it's my Amazon account or it's something else that I got a problem with? Hey? It should be right. You can be pretty much guaranteed these days, if you don't recognise the number, it'll be Mark calling from Mumbai or from Kolkata or wherever. Right? And isn't that so classic Kali Yuga? Right? You've got somebody from the land of Dharma, right? The land of Dharma ringing you up and basically trying to steal your money. Is that ironic or what? That's so... You know what I'm talking about? Anybody don't know what I'm talking about? We've all experienced it.
It's indicative of how things are.
That's right. You know, he rings up, "Oh, I want to help you." Well, if somebody wants to help you in Kali Yuga, be suspicious. Right? Be suspicious. Because the only people that we can trust are actually the devotees. Right? The only people that we can trust. Although still we also have to keep an eye on the devotees as well. Right? Rupa Swami tells us that, you know, we also have to be discriminating in how we deal with the devotees. But generally speaking, what are the devotees going to do? What did the devotees that you first met tell you to do? Chant Hare Krishna. Yeah. And you know, even though it appears to be a one-size-fits-all solution to problems, actually that's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Right? This is the beauty and the wonder and the awe, if you like, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, is that he appeared to give us a very simple thing. Right? It's a very simple thing. The chanting of Hare Krishna. Although actually the process of bhakti is not so simple. Right? The basis, the foundation of our devotional practice is very simple. Right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Right? Easy. Right? Easy. But not so easy. Right? Not so easy. Not so easy. And so therefore, we actually have 9 processes of bhakti that we follow. And Rupa Goswami says 64 items, right? In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, 64 items of bhakti. I remember as a very young devotee, I'd be reading the Bhagavad Gita and reading the Bhagavatam and looking for the key. I was thinking, there's a magic key. And if I could just find that key, put it in the door, I'll open up the mystic, you know, potencies of bhakti. And every time I discovered a new key, I found out that there was one and more. Right? So yes, 64 items of bhakti, 9 items of bhakti. It's interesting. But the foundation, and in fact, all of those other items support our chanting of Hare Krishna. Right? The perfection, the reason why we study the Shastra, the reason why we're going to worship the deity. Time. It's 15 seconds to go. Yeah, I know. I was just about to say, we're about to worship the deity, right? Krishna, Lord Chaitanya. So even the deity worship, very important, because it creates the environment, the purification of our hearts, so that when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna appears in our heart. Right? That's what we're doing. When we're chanting Hare Krishna, we're trying to re-establish our lost relationship with Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya's appearance is celebrated because in the Kali Yuga, he's made that very easy for us by giving us all an opportunity to chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, without further ado, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to bathe Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Who's leading the kirtan? Who's the kirtan? Okay, very good. Radio. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Shri Gaura Purnima Mahotsava ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhaktivedanta ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We're going to need a perimeter so that the devotees can walk through and take darshan. So please move in from the walls and from the back, please. Haribol.
Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Hari Hari. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Haribol, Gaura Hare. Hari Haribol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Hariva, Nitai Gauranga, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Jai Sachinandana, 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 Gaura Hare, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare, Bolo Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Haribol, 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 Haribol. Nitai Gaur Haribol, 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 Haribol. Nitai Gaur Haribol, 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 Haribol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Ramo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gaura Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ramo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribal, 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 Gaura. Nitai Gaura Haribal, 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 Haribal. Nitai Gaura Haribal, 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 Haribal. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Harinam Sankirtan ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna. Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
No, the other one, the other one. Just max it out, max it out.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Okay, so not on our main agenda, but certainly a highlight of this evening's entertainment is we're going to have 2 dramas now. But that probably means that some of us might have to go out. Oh, that's a drama, isn't it? So let's just, everybody at the front here, please make way so we can... If you want to leave now, please do. You're welcome to go. But of course, we'd love for you to stay as well. So let's make enough space for the drama. Okay, just let me get through. That's good. Thank you. Just go and stand by that wall there. Okay, who's first? All right, they ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, we're 2 minutes and we'll be on. Or you'll be on. Okay, so let's move this back. Okay, chilo. Let's go, let's go. If you're going out, please go. What are you doing? Staying or going?
I'm staying.
Les, take a seat, please. What do you, I suggest that. Okay. How do we introduce you? Okay. Are you ready? Okay. So you have to be quiet, okay? Shh. Okay. You're going to make it very hard for the actors. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm going to hand you over to Kundavali. You're going to have to, this is around.
Hare Bol! Hare Krishna, everyone! Alright, so today, on the most auspicious day of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day, we've got a drama today with the teenagers and some adults. So the performance is on the pastime of the deliverance of Chand Kazi by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So please welcome them and hope you'll enjoy. Thank you.